probably gonna get started in like a couple more minutes because it's cold and I don't want to keep everybody like freezing and just standing around.
You can
so
do
we
it.
can turn up.
Hey, how you doing? You can do it. Thanks. How you doing? Welcome to the circus.
We've been out here for a minute, guys. 896 days, 128 weeks. That's a long time. And we glad Mr. Bill back here. We missed you, Mr. Bill. Hey, Jonathan.
This lady would like to meet you.
Oh, my God.
You explain to Brandon.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Pretty cold out here tonight.
Yeah, it is. It's mad cold. I'm about to warm up.
Were you guys part of the protest over in D.C. last week? Up on New Year's Eve?
I wasn't. I was up here.
You were up here.
Yeah, for the protest up here that was going on.
I remember they had it last week, back on December 29th, in fact.
Are you with the news
Something wrong?
organization?
I see the
Yeah, we're part of with the RE3 little movement. So,
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank everybody that came out tonight.
yeah.
Thank y'all so
I've
much
heard about it. It was on the
for
news.
supporting the West family. Because without you guys, we couldn't do this. And I like how this police car just pulled up. I'm just wondering where the good cops was when Tyrone West was brutally murdered on July the 18th, 2013. I'm wondering when and where they was at. Because they damn sure
Make them
wasn't on
uncomfortable
Kentmore.
anytime they show up.
So I just want to let you know, what do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Justice for Tyrone West!
Justice for Tyrone West!
Justice for Tyrone West!
Justice for Tyrone West!
Justice for all victims
Justice for all victims
of police brutality.
of police brutality.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
We know what you did.
We know what you did.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
We know what you
We
did.
know what you did.
We won't stop.
We won't stop.
We can't stop
We can't stop.
until killer cops on cell blocks.
On cell blocks.
We won't stop.
We won't stop.
We can't stop
We can't stop.
until killer cops
Until killer cops
on cell blocks.
on cell blocks.
We won't stop.
We won't stop.
We can't stop
We can't stop.
till killer cops
Until killer cops
on cell blocks.
on cell blocks.
No justice,
No peace.
no killer,
Police.
no justice,
No peace.
no killer.
Police.
Cell blocks for killer cops.
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 And that's the reason why we out here. We not just out here for my brother Tyrone West, who was brutally murdered, brutally beat to death. In case everybody don't know about the Tyrone West story, my brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered, brutally beat to death right here in Baltimore City by 11 to 15 police officers, men and women of all races. They brutally beat one unarmed man to death. They hid my brother's body for 5 days. They wouldn't even let the funeral home resume his body. They wouldn't even call us. He had my vehicle when he was brutally murdered on Kentmore. And the same two killer cops, Nicholas Davis Chapman and Officer Ruiz, they almost killed Abdul Salam 17 days before they killed my brother. And nothing was done with these repeat violent offenders. Nothing was done. Had they would have just been placed on death duty, Tyrone West would still be here. Because those animals wouldn't have pulled him over and beat the life out of him. He was beat, he was pepper sprayed, he was tased. He was beat to death from one side of the street to the next. My brother Don Wise was helped. Trayvon Martin. Nobody deserves to be brutally murdered like that. And then to find out that same unit killed Anthony Anderson. Let's not forget about Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson was brutally murdered right in front of his mother's face on his granddaughter's birthday. What was supposed to have been a beautiful day of celebrating was a life took for no reason. Anthony Anderson was killed in front of his mother, slammed on his head like a basketball. And it was ruled a homicide. and nothing happened. You know why? Because Greg Bernstein, our outgoing state attorney, decided to do nothing but laugh in the victims' families' faces. Laugh and do nothing and let killer cops go. And that is how my brother Tyrone West was brutally murdered. Because right here in this city, it's been going on. The only difference now is people are pulling out these cell phones and people are using the media and putting this stuff out there. That's the only reason why I skipped reporting. Because we wouldn't even never knew about Abdul Salam. We wouldn't have never knew about that. That would have been kept under the secret. There's many more Abdul Salam running around here that was brutally beat up by these same vicious, brutal killer cops. I'm sick of it. And like I said, they not going to shut me and my family up. We going to be out here. We've been out here 896 days, 128 weeks, fighting with or without people, just fighting with or without answers. And I just thank God for my protest family. I can't thank you guys so much. I can't thank you enough.
We love you.
We love you. Because the love y'all have for my family is the reason why we keep fighting, and we're never going to stop. Because we knew from day one when they killed my brother, we knew this was bigger than my brother. And that's why we opened this up. The West Wednesday, we started it, and we opened it up for all the victims of police brutality. And if we look at what happened to Sandra Bland and Tamir Rice, it's continuous what happened. And then if anybody say something about Black Lives Matter, we harassed. Just like little Melvin was beat down in front of the courthouse when Officer Porter trial was going on. This kid, a 16-year-old kid, slammed to the ground, slammed into glass, just for protesting. But then they let armed, as they call it, protesters go up in a building, and they call that a peaceful protest. It's disgusting. But this is the world that we live in. And if you don't think it can happen to you, I need for you to wake right up right now. Because I never thought it could happen to me. I never thought it could happen to me. And not saying that I thought I was better than anybody. But this is the type of stuff that you hear about. You read about. You see on TV. I never wanted to be on TV. Not in this type of life. Not on this side of the fence. Hurting. Pain. This ain't nothing but pain. And no matter how many days I fight, the pain continues. And that's why when I see my sister Kelly fighting for Keith, who was almost killed by an officer, shot at over 40 times, hit twice, and he survived. Thank God he survived. Keith Davis survived. Keith Davis is able to tell what happened to him. Tyrone didn't survive. They made sure of it. And now that Keith Davis survived, they're mad. And then not only are they depriving him of medical treatment because he survived, he's paying for that price because he survived. It was not meant for him to survive. But me, I'm a Christian woman. I will never push my religion on anyone. But I believe God does everything for a reason. That's why Keith Davis survived. But at the end of the day, Tyrone West did not. And he could have if they wouldn't have let this beat never happen. If they would have took these two serial killers, Nicholas Davis Chapman and Ruiz, off the street when Abdul Salam reported it. 17 days before, he's driving down the street with his baby in the back of the car. His baby in the back of the car. And these animals pull this man over. Let me tell you the type of mentality they have. These animals pull him over with his baby in the car, with his groceries in the car, getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July, to have cookouts, things of that nature. These animals pull him over. He thought he was doing the same thing. Well, they're pulling me over. Let me just swing around into my driveway. I got my baby son in the car. I'm just getting off work, just made market. I'm not breaking no law. Let me just pull around and see what's going on. And from that, they almost killed him, saying he didn't have his seatbelt. About a seatbelt issue, this man almost lost his life. And then the saddest part is they let the same killer cops back out in that same neighborhood 2 blocks over. And you think I'm not mad as hell? You cannot put a price on my brother's life. Money can't bring back your loved ones at all. It's never about the income, it's about the outcome. And then for me fighting peacefully, I get talking about Fox 45 to take away all the good stuff we're doing, and then they put my life in bay and put me to 2 killer cops. I'm not sorry, 2 cops that was gunned down. They linked me to 2 cops being gunned down. And the saddest part, while they doing this scrapball stuff to me, I'm in New York City with Mr. Bill, doing what I do best, and that's fighting for justice peacefully. Not burning nothing down, not knocking nobody's store windows out, holding up a sign. They got my brother's name on it, telling what they did to him. So I know that I was targeted because they couldn't pull out a record to say Tawana Jones broke the law. So what they do, they waited. So what they do, they waited. And the sickening part is they waited until 2 officers was gunned down. They didn't even know why they was being gunned down. And the part that hurts me the most, no matter how much I talk about cops, I never say I want any of them dead. I have never said that, even on my worst day, the day I felt like dying, when they told me my brother was brutally sorry, because they didn't tell me nothing. We saw it on the news. So when I saw it on the news, I didn't even want to live no more. But never time did nothing ever come out my mouth about what an officer did. Never. Never said that. And I always kept people in line. Please don't come saying foolishness at any of our peaceful protests. We kept them in line. This thing almost killed my mother. My aunt raised us. There's no words I can give her to comfort her. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say to his kids. There's nothing I can say. But this pain hurts like hell and it don't go nowhere. It don't go nowhere. And the pain is bigger than Tyrone West. Like I said, they brutally murdering us. They brutally murdering us. It's our fight. Because at the end of the day, if we don't change stuff, they're going to continue on murdering us everywhere. An injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. And I see Mr. Jonathan out here tonight. We was up at what was it called? I can't even get my Rise Up October, fighting for justice. And Quentin Tarantino was out there with us, wiping our tears. And because of that, they want to boycott his movie. I'm telling y'all, the movie's out. Please go see it. Even if you don't want to go see it, buy a ticket, tear it up, support them. I'm about to buy 10 tickets this weekend and just rip them up, even if I can't make it to the movie to see it. Because I saw the man in person, and I love him. I love him because he loved us. He wasn't acting. Some people come to push things and to push their motives on you. That man came out of love, and the only thing he ever said, and this is how sick the system is, the only thing this man ever said was, hold killer cops responsible. Same message I'm saying. And from that, what they do, they go and target this poor soul. This poor sweet soul that we walk miles. I ain't never walked like that till I walked in New York City. I ain't lying. I was mad at Jonathan. I said, Jonathan, they told me he was gonna walk like 65 blocks. Like literally me and Kiara's legs was about to fall off. But the thing that keeps me going is the love I have for my brother, the love I have for my brother, the love I have for my brother.
Yes.
The love that I have for Tyrone, I will walk right now to the end of this damn world. By my damn self if I have to. That's how much I love him.
Always gonna love him.
Always. Nothing can take that away. No matter how much they lie, change things, they can never take our love that we have for our beloved Tyrone West. And they can't take the love that I have for my community, my city, and people around the world. I'm sick of seeing us being killed. And when Tamir Rice was killed, they just let those officers go, a baby. Every time they do that, I'm tired of crying. A poor baby gets gunned down and nothing happens. And they justify this foolishness. And if y'all don't see that this system is broke beyond repair, is broke beyond repair. I don't care. I done wrote the president to get the DOJ to look at my brother's case. And the saddest part, all that fighting and they still ain't saying nothing you want to hear. And then you can't even get mad. You can't even cry too hard and say that, because it's not just your brother. They let a cop that killed the baby go. They let a cop that killed the grandmother go. The saddest part, this ugly fight don't have no age. You're not safe. And I'm gonna give this mic over to my aunt because I don't want to talk y'all. I just got caught up in my emotions, and I'm sorry I went so long. But I just want to say that it was my son was playing this game, and I heard a song that was coming across it, and it was just talking about. And I don't know who was the singer, but it was called something about "You're Never Too Young to Die." And I'm thinking like, what? It was on like I think one of his card games or something. And I'm thinking like, but when I heard it, it was to the point that I got stuck into the song to the point that I couldn't even say turn that crap off, you know. But after I got myself together, then I'm like, wait a minute, oh no, you're not playing Grand Theft Auto anymore. But anyway, when I heard the song, "You're Never Too Young to Die," and it just was going on, and the singer was really singing. But I'm like, and it just touched me on so many levels. And it's sad, because that's not right. No mother should have to bury her baby. And right now, I don't even think babies should have to bury their parents, especially by people that's supposed to serve and protect. That's the worst kind of pain, because we know who killed them. The difference from everybody wants to talk about black on black crime. Black on black crime's been happening forever. I'm sorry, it's not right, and I've always been against it, but it is what it is. But do not compare the two, because at the end of the day, I'm not paying little Kevin to go shoot Tony, and I'm damn sure ain't paying Officer Friendly to go and kill my damn brother. That's the difference. That's a big difference. That's a disturbing difference. It's a disturbing difference. So please do not intertwine the two, because they don't mix. It's like mixing water and oil. It don't mix. I love y'all. Thank y'all.
I just want to thank everyone for coming out. I'm going to start off by saying, no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
no justice,
No peace.
justice for Tyrone West,
Justice for Tyrone West.
justice for Tyrone West,
Justice for Tyrone West.
justice for all victims
Justice for all victims
of police brutality,
of police brutality.
justice for all victims
Justice for all victims
of police brutality.
of police brutality.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
No justice.
No peace.
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 Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for all victims
Justice for all victims
of police brutality.
of police brutality.
I just want to start off by saying this is a new year, and we're out here. We're definitely fighting for change. An election is coming up, people. We need you to get up, get out, and vote. We need a new mayor, city council. Everything is about to turn over. Don't sit back and let these people just walk into slots and they become mayor, city councilman, whatever. You need to think, dig deep in your heart, and say to yourself, can I trust these people when I need them? Can I trust these people to fight for us? You get these people in office, all they want is a paycheck. They don't give a damn about us. You better wake up, people, and figure out who's best for this city to be mayor. Because as we know, Rawlings Blake, she's on her way out. As we know, we have a new police commissioner. But whomever the mayor will be, they can get rid of this clown if need be. Okay, so be very careful. Don't vote for people that been in office or like you owe them something, or your friend telling you to vote for this person. Ask yourself, What has these people ever done for us?
Right.
Come on, people, don't be stupid. Get rid of some of them city council people. They don't know what they're doing.
I say get rid of all of them.
Get rid of every single one of them, but be very careful who you put in that seat. You better be able to trust them. Google them. They do it to us. Check out their background. They do it to us. Come on. Be very careful, people. It's been almost 3 years since they murdered my son. Baltimore City police officers in Morgan State. There has never been transparency to my family.
Never.
They never came to my family and said, we are sorry
Never.
that this happened.
Never.
We had to chase them down
Jason.
to try to get answers on what happened to Tyrone, and we still can't get them to admit the truth. What our witnesses told our family what happened.
Right.
Our witnesses was there. But we had a line state's attorney that took almost 6 months to tell my family none of those 10, 12, 15 stinking cops will be prosecuted. Not one. It was okay to beat an unarmed man to death. It was okay, a man screaming on the ground for you to stop. It's okay to murder an unarmed man because you wear a uniform and a badge. That gives you the right to kill us. I am tired of paying my tax dollars to these murdering, stinking cops. I'm sick and tired of funding this stinking city that don't give a damn about its people. Now you stand up and you fight. You can't just sit down and let this happen. My family has been out here 2.5 years trying to make it known that this city, under the mayor's guidance, under her leadership, have not done a thing to clean this city up. You know why? You know why so much crime is going on? Because we got a police commissioner, we got the mayor, we got the FOP. Everything that these stinking officers, everything they're allowed to do, you got the mayor, police commissioner, and FOP backing them. Even murder.
And the officer killing rights.
And the officers
Killing rights.
killing rights, or the law enforcement officers' Bill of Rights. We have to dismantle that. These stinking officers get 10 days
10 days.
to calm themselves down, get their lives together, call each other
Somebody.
after they murder an unarmed man. But what did my child get?
Oh, you think?
He got nothing. He got a death sentence. Unarmed, beat to death, stomped, kicked, pepper sprayed. He got nothing. But you got these stinking officers still walking around. We're paying them to kill us.
And they judge
People,
all our babies. They judge all of them.
yes, they did. They judge them.
Color they skin.
The first thing they do
They judge
when they have murdered our children, they do a background check. They try to find something in their background that would justify their murdering asses. God, excuse me, I don't like to curse. But this is what they did. But let me tell you something. This is what I've been saying since July 18, 2013. My son's past didn't kill him. Those stinking animals murdered my child.
We know who you are.
Now let's move forward with that.
That's right, Tom.
You can never justify to a mother while her child is dead, he's unarmed, pleading for you to stop beating. You can't never justify that. Don't even try. But what I'm saying is, we have to change laws. We've been to Annapolis. They looked at us like we were trash. The people in Annapolis looked at us like we were trash. The only thing we were fighting for is our rights. We were fighting for our rights. We wanted laws changed to protect us. Help us. They looked at us and some of them had there to say, why are you bringing that carnage here? What kind of It took everything out of me not to lose it, because I know somebody would have shot me dead. I had to walk away, hold my head up high, and leave up out of there. This place is not designed for us. I found out the hard way. It's not designed for my people.
For none of us.
None of us. You got to be very careful.
What you have or don't have.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter at all.
And if you notice, these stinking officers, they come in the poor neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They come in the poor neighborhoods and they attack the black men.
That's what they do.
Okay, this is what they do. And let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, it's not a man standing that's going to fight a police officer knowing all those gadgets and guns they have on them. Okay? So the first thing they do, they'll say they resisted arrest. Well, damn, you're breaking their arm. What, they supposed to just stand there? You're breaking their arms.
Right. That's resistance. When your
And that's right.
You put the handcuffs on.
You doggone right, they beat him to death before they cuff him. That's what they did to my child. And after they cuffed my boy after he was beaten to death, they kicking him in his head, all with the steel-toe boots.
Yeah.
They laid him face down, knowing they had pepper sprayed him to death.
Yeah.
My Lord, Jesus.
And they got a big black house Negro. David Lewis sat on his back.
Then they let a big, fat black officer from Morgan State sit on my poor child's back as he was dying. He was dying. He was dead. They had the nerve to scoop him up after 30 or 40 minutes to take him to the hospital. For what?
They ain't take him to the hospital.
For what? He was dead. And we had to see this on television. Nobody ever told us what was taking place that day. I saw my boy eyes closed like that. And then he was dead. My mother knows. I told my family, Tyrone is dead. He was dead, just like I said. But they hid my child's body from me 5 days. Because I went and I ran out of that house and we went to Northern District. We went everywhere because I wanted to see my child. I wanted to see my child and they would not allow us to see him. They're going to tell us he's dead. Well, how do I know that's my child? I want to identify him. Let me see. They would not. They kept him. They know what they did. We had an eyewitness to tell us. They're glad we was not able to see my son.
Because we need a closed casket.
We needed a closed casket. That's what they told us.
That's exactly what they told us.
That's what they told us.
A closed casket.
And I'm telling you, I've been sick. I can't get past this pain. I've tried. But I will never ever forgive them officers that murdered my son in cold, dirty blood. His blood is on their hands. That I do know. And God is going to punish them. They're going to burn in hell for what they did to this unarmed man. And I believe that, and I think that's what's sustaining me. That's what's keeping me going. Knowing Judgment Day is coming from each and every one of them. And they're going to get theirs. Let me just pass this to myself.
And I just want to be clear on things. When she say about the paramedics was there and took them, first of all, that paramedics wouldn't even call for my brother. Let's not even get it twisted. The reason why that paramedics came to the scene because Nicholas Keller David Chapman got a tad bit of the splashback of the chemicals he was spraying and dicing my brother in. He got some in his eyes and they called for him. Nobody didn't even call for help for my damn brother. Nobody. No one. So then when they talk about Freddie Gray, how they did him, my brother was done 20 times as worse. 20 times as worse. No one never even called for medical care. Not even medical care. They went to worry about Nicholas David Chapman eyes. What about my brother eyes? And we know they did some crazy stuff because to this day, 896 days, no autopsy pictures. Only ID photos. They know what they did. And then they want my family to believe that he died of a heart attack and dehydration. Like he didn't get beat to death with witnesses saying, and not only that, sweetheart, there's video footage out there. My brother's death was caught on many people's cell phones, like they out here videoing me now. People was videoing. But what happened the very next day, Commissioner Betts,
Yes, he did.
and his gang of animals knocked on everybody doing Kenmore and made them hand over their cell phones, made them hand over their memory cards, and even through the motion phase right now that we're in with my attorneys, they're still unable to get these footage. Why isn't there any autopsy pictures? It took you 154 days to tell us a lie and say that he died of a heart attack or dehydration. You're supposed to cut his heart out to send it somewhere to get tested. All type of foolishness. All type of foolishness. So I'm telling y'all, this is a whole corrupt system. Everybody is in it together. And they know once you snatch the sheets off of one of them, the sheet got to come off on all of them. And they will kill you dead or try to get you killed before they let that truth come out. That's why I was talking. No, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't, oh, we made a mistake. We thought she was chanting Killer Cobb. You know damn well I wasn't chanting Killer Cobb. You wanted me dead. But if I have to die, it's going to be for the right reason. That's fighting. I'm not going to never stop fighting. I'm never going to stop until Killer Cobb's over in Cell Block.
First, I want to say to you and to Aunt Diane that over this short period of time that I've known you all, I have really grown to love y'all, like really love y'all. You know, like seriously, I think y'all know that. You know, like you know what I've been here. Like really, like y'all just every time I come here with y'all, it's like it does something for me. Like I feel y'all right now in ways that I didn't expect when I first started coming out here, you know, and I feel y'all like you feel like family to me. I don't even know your middle name, you know. But like I feel so connected to y'all that you're like two of the most important people in my space. So I just wanted to say that before I say some other stuff. Y'all special. I mean, like special for real, you know. So I want to say, there's this work that I've been doing with Circles of Voices in the city right now to address race in the city, and it's been phenomenal what's been happening. In 2015, what happened with it, I went from having 12 people in my house when I started it to I think the last session we had 85 people at the session to talk about race head on. And because of that, now today, Towson called me up and brought me in to work with their staff up there. Remember the students who went in and sat with the president? Well, they called me in to work with that staff, the executive staff. I was there with them today, and I'll be back again with them tomorrow. And it was fascinating today, like being in that room with these people. You know, like I hear the students who walked into that office. I know those students. They are out here with us. The ones who shut that president's office down. Like I know their names, and they were in the session today. There were like 50 people in the session, and they were talking about people like Corey. I was like, oh yeah, I know her. You know, like she is sharp as shit, and they're scared of her. They're scared of her because she doesn't hold back. And I'm standing there going, yeah, I know her. And yeah, I know him, and I know him, and I know him. And what I want y'all to know is that when I'm there and I'm dealing with them, I deal with that shit like I deal with it here, like face on. So I'm sitting in there with them today. We spent the whole day. I left that place so goddamn drained. Yeah. You know, like some people, they get it, and some people don't. They just don't, and they don't get their privilege. And if they do get their privilege, they don't think it really hurts anybody. You know, and so I had to like break it down to them all day. I think when we left, I think they were starting to get some sense of the impact their privilege has on other people. But it's fascinating to be standing here one moment. I literally left Towson 20 minutes before this. 20 minutes, and I've been with them all day. And it's just like, just sitting there and listening to them talk about what it means to have privilege, talk about what it's like. We wish the students would have done it a different way. Why don't you fucking stop killing us and we'll do it any kind of way you want? You know, like stop it. Like stop killing black people just because they're black. And we'll do A whole bunch of stuff. Right now, we've been living in a culture where you fucking kill us, and we've been trying to kumbaya our way out of this shit. Fuck kumbaya. If we gotta take over a president's office for you to really start listening to us, then shut the fuck up and move out of the way. We'll take over the president's office. We're not gonna apologize to you for taking over the president's office when you're fucking killing us. You're killing us. Yeah. You know, like, I'm like, it's like, so, like, for me, it's like, it's really important for us to, like, step into what we have right now, folks. Like, right now, I feel so fortunate, you know, like, I'm here, and I'm also there with them, and I'm telling you, we're at a place right now in history where we can actually end this stuff. They're scared, and you can see the police are digging in right now. They're digging in because they're afraid. They're digging in because they're afraid that we actually are starting to figure out how to get rid of their butts. So they keep digging in, keep trying to make it, dig it in a little bit further. And every time we've ever had a major advance in any of this stuff, it's right after the worst stuff. It's right after the worst stuff that we have to go through. We just can't stop. We got to keep moving through it, keep going through it, keep moving. And I think we can get to someplace new. I think we can get to someplace new. Like I have, because we've never done it, because we've never ended racism in this country. We've never done it. We've never ended sexism. We've never ended a whole bunch of stuff in this country. I don't say for sure that we're ever going to be able to do it. The system may need to get completely dismantled in order for that to happen. I am hoping that we can actually change it without that happening, and I'm not sure that I actually believe it can.
Be dismantled.
So, one second. So I just want to, like, first with everybody here, when anybody shows up at West Wednesday like this, anybody, all of you, every name, every face, every set of eyes, every set of hands, and the 10 toes that you came in with too, I find you all to be heroes.
Yes, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so
It's
much.
absolute heroes that you can come out on a West Wednesday in the cold. It's got to be 30 degrees tonight or something. You know, it's cold. It's cold. And that you all actually show up on a West Wednesday to do this work. We don't have enough Americans doing this. And that you actually show up to do this, I just really like applaud you. I praise you. I appreciate that you come out to support them in this way. Because this is what we need. And I want to just, the last thing I want to say is that I just want to remember, I'm looking for a sign with Tyrone's picture on. Do we have any picture on?
I left my car down the street.
That's
and
okay.
I'm sorry.
So just get an image of Tyrone West in your mind. Why we're here is because a man named Tyrone West on July 18, 2013 was beaten to death by a group of angry, vicious, murderous cops. That's why we're here. And what I want you to do is, like, forget the cops for a second and remember Tyrone. He was a man. He was a father, a grandfather. He was a human being. Human being. Flesh, loving human being. They're not out here because he was a creature and because he was some kind of animal. They're out here because he was lovable. He was lovable. They love him. I wish, this is like amazing. This is 128 in a row, right? 128 weeks in a row, y'all. How many? 896 days, 128 weeks in a row. They've been out here for him. That's amazing. I mean, seriously, that is freaking amazing. Because I don't have 128 weeks in me. You know, I don't have it. I'm just telling you. So I lean into y'all because y'all teaching me something. Because I think I would have blown up something by now. I think I would have torn something up by now if I would have lost my brother or lost my child like that. So they are everything that America should love, and they don't love them. What's wrong with America? What's wrong? So I just want to just acknowledge them, acknowledge Tyrone, and acknowledge all of you for coming out. Just thank you for being here.
Where was the...
And I want to thank everybody. Anybody else want to make any announcement? I know Chris has to share the room.
I mean, it was a black
Hey, how
officer
y'all
who beat
doing?
up a drunk suspect.
I want to say something real quick, and then Shay, who a lot of people out here know, he's an amazing guy. Couldn't make it tonight yet. He asked me to read something for him. Yeah, please do.
I just want to thank you for fighting so hard for Keith, because I've been watching the videos, man. You're awesome. I just want to really thank you for really, he's been fighting. Like, let's give him a round of applause right now, guys. Like, he's been in the state's attorney's office, like, shutting it down. So I just want to
Thank you, Swan. So the first thing I wanted to say was just a quick note about love, which I think oftentimes gets overlooked, and that I think your family is a perfect example of. When you love people and you see them murdered, you see them oppressed, you see them beaten, you see them beaten down just in society, everyday people that you love suffering, you get angry. And that's what you see when you see them getting angry. That's love coming through in the form of anger, and that's legitimate, and that's absolutely right. And every one of us should feel that anger for every one of these people that we talk about out here, from Tyrone West to Anthony Anderson and all of the above, all above and below. And that's completely different, right, than the anger that we see from the Donald Trump crowd, which is based on fear, right? I'm afraid of people, and so I'm angry. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about love leading to anger, which I like, what most people call righteous indignation. That's what we're talking about. And it leads them to hate, but not individuals. It leads them to hate the system, because the system is what needs to change, and it's not about individuals, it's about the system. So I just said that. Now I'm going to read something from Shay. And Shay's got a preacher in him, and I don't have the same religious affiliations as Shay, so just pretend that's me. Just the other day, I was sitting in front of the computer and I was reading and watching some of the latest news in regards to Tamir Rice not getting justice, Sandra Bland not getting justice, Walter Scott not getting justice, and I wondered, what do we do next? We have protested and they keep killing us. We have rallied and they keep killing us. We've had sit-ins and die-ins and we keep dying. We've had town halls, forums, and meetings, and we keep dying. Some of us out here have even faced arrest. But be encouraged. I asked God what we should do, and He said almost instantly, you're already doing it. We got to keep shutting this damn thing down. A new day is coming. The political broom will sweep up all the dirt and lint from the Public Safety Commission, and the political vacuum will suck up all the lies and deceit from the people that we pay to have to sit in those seats. As I said before, they will get tired of hearing the name Tyrone West before we get tired of protesting in his name. It's like UFC. When one person has the other in a chokehold, it's only a matter of time before that person getting choked out finally submits. And you rest assured that it is us doing the choking, and they will be the ones submitting. Peace and blessings. Shay.
Evening, everyone. I think that JC was right earlier when he said that it's possible for us to win. It's possible for us to stop police brutality. But I think we should think for a minute about some of the earlier movements. When Harriet Tubman was involved in the fight against slavery, she made a very serious study of all the various strategies, the abolitionist strategy, the Nat Turner strategy, and so on. And she came to the conclusion that we could not end slavery without bloodshed. So I want to invite everybody to a dinner and a forum. It's going to be at my home on January the 23rd. Unfortunately, it turns out it's in conflict with the next Circle of Voices, so we'll have to divide our forces a little between the two events. And we're going to have a serious discussion about what strategy do we need to finally put an end to racism and police brutality. January the 23rd, 6 o'clock. If you're interested, please let me know.
This is Jonathan coming from New York City, and I want to, what she was saying, Tawanda was saying about the coroner not seeing that report. I want to tell you something that just happened in New York. One of the family members had, her son, Mohammed Ba, was killed by the police. This last week, they uncovered the fact that the police had altered and destroyed most of the evidence. And they have photographs of the pre-altered stuff showing that they lied, that they did all this stuff. And we need, and she's been fighting for 2.5 years around this, you know, and we have to keep this battle going. And it is, I think, it's going to take a revolution and nothing less to deal with it. This system was founded on slavery and white supremacy, and we're going to need a whole different system. And the reason they don't punish these cops for this is the job they were hired to do. So let's get a different system and a revolution. Thanks. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's going to be a meeting Monday night of the new Rise Up October South Mass Incarceration Networks chapter in Baltimore at the First Unitarian Church at 6:30. Everyone here is cordially invited to come.
Anybody else? You want to go, Bill? Okay. Anybody else?
Anybody else? Mic check.
Mic check. Okay. So there's one thing I want to tell you about that we're starting up. One for West Wednesday, I think it's a great thing for us to do to keep the word out and to gather with people who think like us. I think it's a really good thing to do. But we're going to be starting up a new thing in a while, and that is to reach out to, send letters to, call our state's attorney, send email to our city council members. Like, we want to bombard them with telephone calls and emails so that they know we're not going away. We can stay out here on West Wednesday and they can see us from a distance. They know we're out here, we're irritating them. But if they get to work in the morning and they find 30 emails and they find 20 telephone calls, then it does something different to them, because now it's impacting their day to day. So I'm starting a campaign for the West family right now for us to actually call in, leave messages, call in, talk to people, find out what's going on with this Tyrone West case. I called in about a month ago to find out. I called the state's attorney's office to ask her what was going on with this case. They referred me to the police. They asked me to call the police to ask for the disposition of the case, which was insane. So I'm wanting to do something for them so that we can start pushing this in ways that we're not pushing it standing out here. Continue doing this, but start doing some other stuff. So if you're interested in being one of the people who are going to make these calls and do these emails, let me know and I'll add you to the list. Okay, at whatever level you want to do. If you want to send out 1 email a day, do that. If you want to send out 15 emails a day, do that. Or whatever level you can do that, come help me to get the word out so we can push this thing to make some other stuff happen around this in 2016. Okay, so are we, everybody's cool? Appreciate all of you for coming out. Come out again. We'll be somewhere next week. I'm going to post another Facebook page. We'll be out somewhere next week. And again, thank you all for being here.
Oh, and I just want to add on to what JC said. I'm sorry, I was just doing the interview, but I just want to thank you guys so much, because I'm letting y'all know, without y'all's love and support, we couldn't just do this. Even though we would, don't get it twisted, because we started by ourselves. We would, but
my
we
son was brutally beaten,
and love you, Pa, love you, JC, Bill, Shorty,
pepper spray.
Chris, everybody, I love all of y'all out here.
What
the
they
new
did
faces,
to my
the old
son,
faces, I love you
I
all.
would never want
Mr. Bill,
a mother to have to feel this kind of pain. This pain will never go away. There's a hole in my heart that will never close.
And please don't forget,
there has never been transparency. They never came to my family to talk to us, not the mayor, not the police commissioner. We chased them down. It took them 6 months to tell me a lie that my son died from a bad heart. This is a child I've been with all his life. Never had a heart condition. They kept him from me for 5 days. We were not allowed to see my son. I couldn't even identify him. And this is what my family is going through, this kind of pain. And we will fight them to the end until we get justice for Tyrone and all victims of police brutality. We will not stop this fight. We can't stop. And we won't stop.
And so killer cops
are in cell blocks.
We can't stop.
We won't stop till killer cops are in cell blocks.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for Tyrone West.
Justice for all victims.
Justice for all victims.
A police brutality.
A police brutality.
A poor man's reality.
A poor man's reality
is police brutality.
Is police brutality.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
We know what you did.
We know what you did.
We know who you are.
We know who you are.
We know what you did.
We know what you did.
And we won't stop.
We won't stop.
We can't stop.
We can't stop.
Until killer cops.
Until killer cops
are in cell blocks.
Are in cell blocks.
Thank you very much.
You got a card?
Yes, we gotta get.